in refereeing. I mean, the place was electric. I think whenever O caught the lob, I was running back on defense, and I was like questioning my hearing. It was ridiculous. I mean, Big Blue Nation is incredible.
What's it kind of been like just waiting your turn? I mean, possibly if Carr doesn't get injured a few games back, you might not even be in this role right now.
Yeah, I mean, I just try to just come ready every single day, trusting in God's plan for me. I mean, I know the coaches, they see a vision in me, so I'm just trusting everything, trusting the process, and know my time will come.
Those first couple possessions, are you guys like, okay, like we know this is going to be a pretty good night?
Yeah, I mean, we were ready from the jump, and that's a credit to our 5 guys that started the game. I mean, they were ready. They got stops early and set the tone.
You're a Kentucky kid. To do this against that team, you know about this rivalry more than anybody on the team. What's that mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. This is definitely one of the most fun games on the schedule. I mean, there's nothing like it. Growing up, watching this go down in my living room and crying whenever we lose, being so happy when we win, and then being able to be a part of it, it's just so cool.
To beat them down there and to beat them up here, did you have a favorite one? You like to win on the road or you like to win at home?
I mean, I loved them both. They were both really special. I mean, it's cool whenever you can do it in front of your home crowd. It's cool whenever you can be the villain and go into Knoxville and leave with the win. So, I mean, I would say 50-50.
When you guys see Lamont go down, how do you keep that, I guess, from sucking the energy out of the place, keep focused?
Yeah, I mean, Lamont's definitely a huge piece of our team, but we just have to come with the next man up mentality and be ready. Prayers for Lamont. I hope he's good because he's such a huge piece of our team.
At what point would you say you had the confidence to kind of do what you did tonight? Has it ever wavered? You know, I know sometimes as a freshman you might come in a situation where you're unsure, but how was it for you?
For sure. I mean, it's really just a credit to Coach Pope and the staff. I mean, every single day they instill confidence into me, and we have a thing called confidence. So I think that's really cool. I mean, trusting God and having confidence. What more do you need?
You love the Mountain Mamba nickname?
Yeah, that's really cool. That's super clever. Whoever came up with that needs a shout out or something.
Trent, you talked about the game and how much quicker it is when you're making that adjustment from high school to college. Did you feel it slowing down, or have you felt it progressively slow down over these past couple of games?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you ease into it a little bit, but I mean, I think being able to play with so many older guys and so many great players, you just get to sit around and pick their brain because they went through it. They know exactly how I'm feeling. They've been in the same spot. So getting able to learn from guys like that, it makes it so much easier.
What's your earliest Kentucky memory?
I would say Anthony Davis in the Natty. Also remember the Wisconsin loss in the tournament. I remember I was crying in my living room. Yeah. So that wasn't one that we can kind of put that one down the hatch.
Any Kentucky-Tennessee ones at all? Any moments you remember?
I mean, not specifically. The Jody Meeks. I have a shirt that has all the way he got the 50-pointer, but probably that one.
I know it's got to feel good, but is there just any extra motivation when you see that orange on the other side?
Yeah, I mean, we just come into every game with the same mentality, just trying to find a way to leave with the win. I mean, Tennessee's a great program. They're so well coached and have so many great players. Thankfully, to come out with the win tonight.
Trent, you guys shot 50% against them in Knoxville. Shot the exact same number tonight. Was it something that Tennessee was doing to give you all looks that you were liking, or you just like to hit threes against the wall?
I don't know, maybe a little bit of both. Thankfully, the ball was dropping tonight, and that's what we needed to win. So that was big for us.
In hindsight, how similar was tonight's game plan to the game plan in Knoxville? Obviously, it's different with Lamont, but sort of putting that aside.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, having Lamont back is huge. I mean, he controls the point guard. He's one of the best defenders I ever played with. So, I mean, you don't have to give as much help off him. I mean, having him back is huge. And then we have great rim protection, too. So, really just we have all kinds of great players. We can just sit down and guard when we want to, and tonight we did.
You guys have had 2 pretty tough battles with them as a whole. Have you learned more about your team playing against them than playing against anybody else this year?
Yeah, I mean, if I've learned anything, I know that we're a super resilient team. I mean, we just battle through adversity. We take it in and spit it out as fight. I mean, we just we just don't back down. We lean together when times get tough and stuff. So I mean, that's super special that I get to be a part of it.
You talk about the team's resiliency. Just kind of what was the message in the huddle when Lamont went down, and kind of I know you guys weren't expecting that this late in the game.
Yeah, I mean that was definitely unfortunate. I don't know how close it was, but I know Ansley's and one. They kind of had a little momentum, and he kind of Euro-stepped and one in the lane. I thought that was a humongous play. I mean, shout out to him. He just stepped up and made a play when we needed it.
You and Trent are roommates, right?
Yes, sir.
Have you had conversations throughout the year to kind of keep each other up as you're learning this?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, TP's a great guy. He's a great friend of mine, and I mean, I get to learn so much from him. I mean, he's an extremely hard worker. I mean, we get in the gym together. I mean, we push each other, hold each other accountable. So having a guy like TP, it's huge for me.
How's it feeling the same night?
That's really cool. I mean, we grow up watching Kentucky, Tennessee, and both have it on a big game like this. That's special.
He's from Kentucky. I'm sure he's like re-watched his moment like in his head over and over again, and just for him to have that, man, it's crazy. And, like you said, man, like the arena gets super loud in there. It's just a momentum shifter for us. You know, it's like he hits a shot, everybody goes wild, and man, we got to keep on going. So it definitely gives us a lot of energy.
Koby, talk about the way you kind of shoot the basketball, man. You know, you talk about confidence a lot, but ultimately it kind of seems like you're one of the most sound shooters out there. You're not really crazy excited after you hit a shot. You're back on defense, ready to play ball. But when you get in the huddle, man, when you guys get in the timeout, you let that energy kind of go. Just kind of talk about how you're able to play basketball and be so calm and collected when you're shooting the ball the way you are.
Yeah, for me, I feel like I play hard, throughout the whole game on both ends, and when it's time for me to shoot, I have to just relax a little bit. So that's the one moment in the game where I'm gonna take my time and just breathe a little bit. And once the shot goes in, like at this point, it kind of just becomes regular. So I don't do too many celebrations or nothing. It's kind of just move on to the next thing. But yeah, I mean, I think shooting is really just about staying calm in the moment. And, I haven't been shooting the ball too well, but that doesn't mean anything. I'm gonna keep shooting. So.
I'm sorry if you've already been asked this, but just talk about that two-way stretch. You hit the contested three and then the oop to away right there at the end. Just what was the emotion like? Just kind of feel like you pulled away.
It felt good, just to hit shots like that in such a big moment, such a big game. It's stuff that you dream of as a little kid. So it definitely, just made me feel really good, and it just goes to show all the work that I put in and how confident I am in that moment, and how confident my team are in that moment with me as well. Just they gave me the ball, they spread it out, and like they knew I was gonna go to work, so that meant a lot to me as well.
Were you among the group of guys who ended up in the student section after the?
Yeah, for sure. I had to.
How did that happen?
Honestly, I don't know. I think I was like taking a picture with a kid, and I see everybody in there. I was like, I ran over. I was like, I want some of that too. It's always good when you can have a moment like that with our fan base. Man, it's amazing. So I think we really cherish that and just live it up.
What was the environment like tonight? How would you describe it?
Oh man, electric. I think one of the best this season, honestly, especially towards the end of the game when we had those really good plays, and yeah, it felt amazing. Really, just they bring it every single night, but some games are a little different than others. And today was one of those.
When you guys have a couple first plays like you did tonight, you guys like, okay, like we're in the right headspace, we're gonna have a good night. Like, can you tell right away?
Yeah. I think it's kind of like you said. There's little moments in the game where you get that confidence uplifted, and the momentum is kind of going your way. The arena's giving you all the energy in the world, and you kind of just feel like you got them. But that's when you really just gotta put your foot down and keep going.
Koby, you talked last week about a mentality change, how that affected your practice, how it was affecting the defense. What was the mentality like tonight?
Exactly the same. I think it's becoming a habit now where every single day I wake up and I'm like, let's go, let's get it. And it's just a good feeling to know that the coaches and my teammates, they got my back and they want that from me, and I want it for them as well. I want to do it for them. And I think it's been paying off pretty well, so we just got to keep going.
Yeah, is there like a certain mantra or something like that that you kind of put through your head when you're trying to get into that mentality when game day does roll around?
I think it's just like waking up and just saying to myself, I'm an everyday guy. Like it's not gonna be one practice or one game. It's like it's got to be consistent. I got to do it every single day, no matter what I'm doing. And that's kind of just been the mentality for me, just being an everyday guy.
Yeah, Pope talked about a conversation that you had with him earlier this season, maybe a couple weeks ago. Is that something that came out of that conversation?
Yeah, for sure. I think he kind of just let me see everything from a different perspective, and I love having conversations with him because obviously, he's a great guy, great coach, and I feel like he wants the best for me. So I'm always hear him out, and he has some really good things to say to me, and I think it's really helped me going forward.
The last two games, arguably been the best defensive games that you guys had in SEC play. Just what kind of is the mindset shift to kind of get refocused on the defensive end?
I think it's just taking it personally. There's just been a lot of talks about us, not being a good defensive team, and I think everybody in that locker room knows that we are a good defensive team. So it's just about showing it and doing it every single possession. Just understanding how important every possession is in the game, and how, like I said, you just got to take it personally. Defense is a battle, and you really just got to put your whole heart into it.
Lamont's so important to this team when he goes down. How do you guys keep that from impacting those of you that are still out there?
Sorry, can you say that?
Like, how do you guys, I guess, keep that from sucking the energy out of the play? Stay focused.
Yeah. I think it's just like we understand how important the game is, and obviously it sucks to see a man go down, but even it just goes to show the kind of guy he is. I remember going back into the timeout, and that's after he had gone out and everything. And I'm just like, oh, are you okay, man? Like, everything good? He's like, yeah, I'm good, man. Just win this game. He just. That's who he is, He just wants us to win. He wants us to do it for each other. He's not about himself, He's about the team. So, in that moment, it's kind of like I'm a little worried about him, but he wants us to win this game, so we got to do it.
I work on my game, so I'm not just a 3-point shooter. I went down in the lane, got the little end one. It felt good, It felt good. Had the crowd behind me, and
Yeah, what'd you think of the crowd tonight?
It felt great. I think that was the best crowd BBN had this year, and I hope that they continue the energy. Just them out there being loud and rowdy, it helps us a lot. So,
I know you guys don't pay attention to ratings and rankings and that kind of stuff, but 7-1 against teams in the top 15 is a pretty unbelievable stat. What is working so well for you guys when you are playing the best of the best? What makes this team ready to compete like that?
We got some dogs. When we out there, we playing against teams that are supposed to be better than us. We got a lot of dogs, got a lot of guys who. Have that underdog mentality, and we go out there, we fight every time, and I feel like some of these teams aren't really ready for us to, be out there punching them in the mouth every single time and continue to keep punching and punching and punching. Because at the end of the day, it's really just a dog fight out there.
Yeah, when do you find out a team has dogs? Does it have to happen in a game?
Yeah, it has to, because it has to happen in a game. It has to happen because when the game is when adversity hits, is when you feel the crowd pressure. There's so many other outside factors that happen in the game that you can't really, mimic anywhere else. So I feel like when you play in these games, when you realize you have dogs, and we got a lot of dogs on the team. For sure.
Better feeling one of those 3-pointers or the Euro step?
Probably the Euro. The Euro was tough. I'm not gonna lie, the Euro was tough. The and-1 too. The crowd was going crazy. We needed that bucket at that point too. So probably that was a better feeling.
Coach Pope said he didn't know that was in you. Did you pull that out of a special place tonight?
Yeah, I had to go deep in my bag of tricks tonight for that one. Obviously here so far I've been more of a catch and shoot spot up shooter, but when guys are running me up the line, I got to figure out a way to help the team in other ways offensively. So just took it to the lane and see where it'll take me.
When you've had so many guys go down and in and out of the lineup so many times, and guys are banged up, do you kind of have to add?
No, yeah.
Does everybody have to take it on themselves?
No, definitely. Obviously, it's the next man up mentality. You have to be able to step up into your role because, especially with Jackson now and then Lamont going out late, we need guys to step up and, embrace these enhanced roles.
When Lamont went out, what was just kind of the message? Because that happened late at the game, kind of right when you guys had total momentum, and it just kind of, how did you prevent that from sucking the life out of you guys?
Next man up mentality. We got a veteran team. We tried to make sure that we knew we had our brothers back. We didn't know if he was going to come back or not, so we just have to go out there and play as hard as we can, no matter who's in the court. Just go out there, give it your all, get stops, rebound, and do what we got to do.
And the last two games have arguably been your guys' best defensive games, especially in SEC play. Just kind of what's been the mindset shift?
Focus on defense, getting stops. That's what we're focusing on practice, focusing on film, getting stops, guarding without fouling, and rebounding. Those have been big focuses for us recently, and they've been working and been helping us win. So.
It's easier to say than to do. What is helping you guys go actually do that?
Just shifting to shifting our mindset. It has to be a different mindset. We got to go out there and, we got to be able to go out there and stop taking defensive side personally is what Coach said. Take it personally. It's a personal battle. Don't let the other guy score,
You came out tonight, Tennessee's first two possessions. you force turn them over.
Yeah.
You know, is that a sign of?
Yeah, that's definitely a sign.
We're setting the.
Setting the tone for sure. Yeah, that's what we've been trying to do. You know, we're going to try to continue to build on that, continue to get better at the defensive side because that's going to win championships. At the end of the day, defense wins championships, and we're just trying to work our way to get to where we need to be for March and April.
When you talk about that next man up mentality, and obviously you guys being a veteran-led team, just what does it say about Colin and Travis and Trent starting just to contribute more than anybody thought they would?
You know, the freshmen, being a freshman is hard, especially at schools like this, big time schools like this is hard, but they've been so good, you know, going to practice every day, working their butts off every single day, being ready for when their number was called to go out there and help the team any way they can, and you know, I'm just proud of all of them.
What's that pop like in the arena when Trent hits a three?
It's crazy. It's loud. It's a great feeling. Like it's almost deafening how loud it gets in there. It's just awesome.
Yeah, he's representing a lot of his people when he.
Yeah, when you make some shots. Yeah.
Do you prefer? Pope said tonight that he kind of likes the holler baller.
He does not like
Koby voted for Mountain Mamba.
Yeah, I'm with Koby. I'm a Mountain Mamba guy. I like the Mountain Mamba. Yeah.
What do you see from him in practice that's allowed him to elevate?
He's just staying focused. He's staying locked in. He's not letting him not playing affect anything. He's coming in there with the same mindset every single day, trying to get better no matter what. No matter who's in front of him, it doesn't matter what day it is. He's trying to go out there and get better, and it's helping him. You know.
And he's on the floor at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Tonight. I mean, that's asking a lot.
Yeah.
Is that the trust that he's earned from
Yeah, he definitely earned that trust. You know, we've been putting him in at the game more and more, and he's been performing every single time, so there's no reason for him not to be on the court in those times.
And you and BG had some fun at the end of the game. Just kind of, where does this rank in terms of home celebrations? I know the Florida one was big.
Nah, this one's bigger. It's the biggest one so far, for sure. You know, it's a rival game, sweet, big one for sure.
Thank you.